Let
right.
ours be known.
So I'm going to call this meeting to order, and I appreciate everybody's flexibility, and I'd like to thank my staff and Senator Whitehouse staff for accommodating us to be able to meet here in the Capitol. It's a big benefit. So I'm going to waive a opening statement for me, but I am going to say that the two folks that David Fotouhi and Aaron Szabo testified before our committee, and I am certainly in favor of them. They're going to be filling important roles at the EPA, and I look forward to having their service. So I'm going to let now Senator Whitehouse can give his opening statement.
Well, actually, thank you, because you have let me do this, and your team has set up the video monitor. I wanted to share 2 minutes and 20 seconds from the hearing involving Andrew Szabo, because nobody else was in the room at the time. And it is one of the ways in which I want to express my frustration with where we are going on climate change stuff. We just had Zeldin, who was tolerably reasonable in what he said in his hearings, say that he's going to undo this whole litany of regulatory things, including everything having to do with the climate change religion. Every single one of your states has a state university that doesn't just understand climate science, it teaches climate science. So the notion that we're now in a place in which the person in charge of protecting us in this area is saying that it's a climate change religion and not climate science puts me into a really challenging position. If you could roll the tape, this is the kind of person that he will have working for him, and I just don't think this qualifies as any kind of a decent, straight answer. Go ahead. Project 2025. You were a contributor to that document and were thanked by the author of the chapter on EPA, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
How did you contribute? What precise advice did you give to the document's authors?
Thank you, Senator, for that question. I provided just general advice and thoughts with respect to policies that within the Clean Air Act sections.
Do you have, or did they have, any record of the advice that you gave?
I am not aware of any records they may have. I was a volunteer, and I do not have any records.
You have no notes, you have no memos, nothing was in writing in all of this?
I have no records.
Is that because you had records and you've gotten rid of them, or were there never any records?
Senator, I have no records.
That doesn't answer the question. Is the reason you have no records because you got rid of your records of your engagement with Project 2025?
Senator, is a private organization. I'm not sure what their record-keeping policies were or are, but I do not have any records.
Did you submit anything in writing to them at any point? Did you ever have records? You, not them, you.
Senator, I provided advice to Project 2025.
How? By email? By phone? Personal conversations? Memos?
Senator, I provided them advice in a number of ways.
Including ways that were in writing?
Senator, that's likely.
Likely? Isn't that something you actually know, since it was your advice and you would have written it down? How is that likely? Isn't that yes or no?
Senator, I have to go back. As I said, I have no records. I would have to go think more about whether there were.
I'll ask you to think more and also make this records preservation request, and we'll follow up as appropriate. So I don't know about all of you, but I've been a trial lawyer, and a witness like that, no jury would ever believe anything else that he said after that. Then in the question, I asked a QFR what the hell happened, and he said, I have been the subject of attempts to steal personal information through electronic means. Like many federal government employees, I had completed Standard Form 86 stolen in 2015. I periodically delete old messages and documents that are no longer necessary to help ensure privacy and security to my family, those I interact with, and myself. If that was the true answer, he had plenty of time to give it at the time. I'm just really disturbed at the quality of these people that are coming into EPA. I hope that as we work our way forward and continue to build a record of what the hell is going on there and how that contrasts with what your home state universities actually teach, we can begin to find a way to work together to clean up what appears to be a very ugly mess coming into EPA. Thank you very much for the time, the courtesy, and the AV support.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Ranking Member Whitehouse. And at this time, I'll ask senators to hold their remarks on the nominees until after the roll call votes. I note the presence of a quorum, and I now call up Presidential Nomination 13-6, David Fotouhi of Virginia, to be Deputy Administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency. I move to approve and report the nomination favorably. Is there a second? Second. Thank you very much. So the clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Brooks.
No by proxy.
Ms. Blunt Rochester.
No by proxy.
Mr. Bozeman.
Yes.
Mr. Kramer.
Yes.
Mr. Curtis.
Yes.
Mr. Graham.
Yes.
Mr. Houston.
Yes.
Mr. Kelly.
No.
Ms. Lummis.
Aye.
Mr. Markey.
No by proxy.
Mr. Merkley.
No by proxy.
Mr. Padilla.
No by proxy.
Mr. Ricketts.
Aye.
Mr. Sanders.
No by proxy.
Mr. Schiff.
No by proxy.
Mr. Sullivan.
Aye.
Mr. Whitehouse.
No.
Mr. Wicker.
Aye.
Madam Chairman.
Aye.
Madam Chairman, the yeas are 10 and nays are 9.
Thank you. With that, the nominee is favorably reported. I will now call up Presidential Nomination 25-53, Aaron Szabo of Virginia, to be an Assistant Administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency. I move to approve and report the nomination favorably. Is there a second?
Second.
Second. The clerk will call the roll.
Mrs. Brooks.
No by proxy.
Ms. Blunt Rochester.
No by proxy.
Mr. Bozeman.
Yes.
Mr. Kramer.
Yes.
Mr. Curtis.
Aye.
Mr. Graham.
Aye.
Mr. Houston.
Aye.
Mr. Kelly.
No in reality. No in person.
Ms. Lummis. Mr. Markey.
No by proxy.
Mr. Merkley.
No by proxy.
Mr. Padilla.
No by proxy.
Mr. Ricketts.
Aye.
Mr. Sanders.
No by proxy.
Mr. Schiff.
No by proxy.
Mr. Sullivan.
Aye.
Mr. Whitehouse.
No.
Mr. Wicker.
Aye.
Madam Chairman.
Aye.
Madam Chairman, the yeas are 10, nays are 9.
All right, thank you. The nominee is favorably reported. Thank you again. Does anybody have any comments or statements? All right, with that, the business
you very
meeting is
much.
adjourned, and thank you all very much.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.